RAF in October 2010. He got his wings in 2016, has served all around the globe on operations, and is now a qualified helicopter instructor, accumulating over 2,000 flying hours. He loves working out in the gym, and like the Chinook, he's a heavy lifter with some big guns. But that's enough about Cal. Please look to the sky and welcome your Chinook roll demonstration for 2025. There she goes. The Chinook is deployed operationally all over the world and is the go-to aircraft for rapid insertion and extraction of troops in dangerous location. The defence saying was always, the answer is two Chinooks, what's the question? We'll start the day by seeing the aircraft conduct a wing over, rapidly turning back onto target, trading its speed for height and back again. At this point, the crew will begin preparing to drop off troops onto target. As the aircraft runs in for a downwind quick stop, they will simulate a late spot of a landing site to offload troops and vehicles inside the aircraft. This is either on or off the battlefield. The crew must be efficient in recceing their landing site, making sure it's suitable to land on in the minimum time to avoid threat exposure. Having found their site, they're now making their approach. Crewman Josh up front will be giving voice marshalling directions to Cal, talking him forward and down onto the landing site, and monitoring the height of the aircraft as she comes into land. Our crewman on the ramp today is Flight Sergeant Dave Sims. Born and raised in Margate, Kent, he joined the RAF in 2014. He's been on the Chinook force since 2017 and is a qualified helicopter crewman instructor with over 2,000 hours. He's completed many overseas exercises and operational deployments, enjoys playing golf in and out of work, and also has the ability to glow in the dark. As you can see, the ramp's now gone down. Dave's on the ramp clearing the troops and vehicles to exit the aircraft. Riding into the roll demo with style today, we have the members of JHSS, and keep an eye on that quad bike throughout the display to just see how capable these critical enablers are. The cab now departs with the troop and quad bike unloaded and conducts what we call an over-the-shoulder departure. This is a defensive manoeuvre that presents the armoured floor of the aircraft towards the enemy. This gives the aircraft and those inside the greatest chance of protection from any threats on the ground. With the aircraft now turned away, Cal will climb the aircraft to return and provide some mutual support to the troops on the ground. This allows a pair of Chinooks to land in sequence without the loss of any airborne protection, and if we had guns fitted today, which unfortunately we don't other than those that Cal has, you would see Dave and Josh ready to employ those crew serve weapons. The Chinook can be fitted with an M16 machine gun on the ramp and two M134 miniguns on the port and starboard side, each capable of firing 3,000 rounds a minute or 50 rounds a second. And that's one hell of a noise. The Chinook and its crew can protect itself and deter engagements, protecting its passengers and any troops on the ground. It's now time to introduce our co-pilot for today. So joining Cal in the cockpit is Flight Lieutenant Jacob Cameron Johnson, or CJ as we know him. Originally from Cottingham in East Riding of Yorkshire, he joined the RAF in 2016, was awarded his wings in 2021. CJ is the baby of the team, or the Sprog as we call him, joining the front line in 2023, but despite this has already deployed overseas on operations and multiple exercises. He's an avid Formula 1 fan, but forget the revs of an F1 car, CJ. We all know the best noise in the world is a bit of blade slap. Next up, the team will run in and reposition again. This is where they'll be showcasing an exciting, dangerous capability of the Chinook. The crew run in for a fast roping approach, decelerating the aircraft rapidly to accurately dispatch troops onto a tight landing site. This could be the rooftop or the deck of a ship, but today it's in front of you lucky devils. Josh is in the starboard door now, prepping the ropes, ready to supervise the dispatch of troops. Dave is also on the ramp preparing the ropes. You see now the ropes have been deployed, and we can simultaneously dispatch from 4 ropes if required. 1 from the door, 1 from the centre hatch and 2 from the ramp, whether they are fast ropes or abseil ropes depending on the task. 30 troops can be deployed whilst in the hover in less than 2 minutes. It's not just troops, it's heavy kit and even furry land sharks as we know them, or military dogs to the common. Unfortunately, there was no live troops or dogs today. This is due to operational reasons and commitments. With the troops all dispatched, countdown departs for another over the shoulder, and again presenting that floor to the enemy. And as they pulled away, you would have seen Josh in the door pulling that 60-foot roping and getting a hell of a sweat on. To that note, we'll introduce Josh in the door. Sergeant Josh Lyons is from Staffordshire. He joined the RAF in 2014 and changed to a weapons system operator in 2017. In his 5 years, Josh has accumulated 1,200 hours on the Chinook, deployed all over the world on exercises and multiple operations. He prides himself on being the world's biggest Wolverhampton Wanderers fan and lives local to RAF Odeon with his French bulldog Cody. The crew are now returning to pick up the quad bike, which has rapidly been prepared by JHSS on the airfield as an underslung load. Underslung loads are the bread and butter of the Chinook force, with all crew members front and back working together to manoeuvre the 99-foot long helicopter into a fine-tuned position. When it comes to heavy lift, size matters. As Cal positions in the overhead of the underslung load under Josh's direction, Dave is looking through the centre hatch to safely direct the pickup of the quad bike, with all 4 crew working in synchronisation, with the JHSS team operating beneath the hovering aircraft. You'll notice the 2 hookers now holding their arms up. One is holding a static discharge probe. They touch the hook with this first to dissipate any static electricity, which is particularly important when operating in dusty environments like the desert to save that nasty shock. Used in operations moving stores, freight, vehicles everywhere from Afghanistan to Whaley Bridge and everywhere in between. The Chinook can have 3 underslung loads and carry up to 11.3 tonnes on its centre hook alone. The quad bike weighs just 350 kilograms, but if it can be rigged, the Chinook and JHS can take it. Being such a capable aircraft, it can even pick up another Chinook, albeit with a few bits cut off to save weight. With a maximum all-up weight of 24.5 tonnes, which is 2 double-decker buses, this workhorse has seats for 30 troops inside and can overload to 55 with belts on the floor. The raw power and versatility of the Chinook is all down to its iconic tandem rotor design. It provides huge amounts of lift and a large cabin, and is the go-to aircraft for armies across the world. While the aircraft's in the circuit, I'll take this opportunity to introduce our JHSS team. Leading JHS today, we have Corporal Jordan, who served with the British Army for 9 years, Lance Corporal Rowbutton, who served since 2010, Air Trooper Paul Stripe, who has served in the Army Air Corps for 5 years, and finally Airs 1 Daniel Gray, who serves with 606 Reserve Squadron. Now if you look at that unhappy quad bike under the helicopter, the crew will be monitoring this load during all stages of flight. As you can see by the swing, road vehicles aren't big fans of height. The crews will be manoeuvring the aircraft to counteract the swing as the load hits the airflow. The aircraft is now returning to drop off the underslung load, using what we call the operational drop-off. This is a combined rapid drop-off of the load and the strops so they can egress away quickly from the threat. This is used in dusty and high-threat environments to get supplies rapidly onto the battlefield. Dave will now be in the centre hatch, voice marshalling the load onto the ground before they then go for that operational release. The aircraft now conducts another over the shoulder, presenting the belly of the aircraft once again to the enemy. The aircraft now sets off into yet another wing over, as they're then going to go and set up for a running landing. As he conducts the wing over, he's pulling up to 30 degrees nose up and then up to 60 degrees angular bank as he comes round the turn. The running landing is used in situations where performance is limited. This may be due to hot and high environments like the desert or high above sea level landing sites. It's also routinely practiced for emergency handling. It is often our preferred landing style in the event of a single engine failure that precludes us being able to hover. As Cal comes into land, we all love popping a wheelie on our BMXs as children. Now watch Cal do one more 38 feet away from the aft wheels in a 16.5-ton helicopter. At this point, Josh is monitoring the height beneath the front wheels, while Dave monitors the aft disc. At 26 degrees nose up, the aft rotor blades would strike the ground. We will not be demonstrating that today. The teamwork amongst the crew allows for effective information to be passed to Cal and CJ as they handle this magnificent machine. As the aircraft pulls to a stop, it's now time for the Chinook's party piece. It's one of the only helicopters in the world that can reverse on 2 wheels. As the aircraft lifts once more, Dave is going to have the best seat in the house. He's on the ramp looking out at all you lovely people here today. In case you can't spot him, he's the one with the big orange hands waving at you, or Wavy Dave as we like to call him. Dave didn't apply sun cream today, so as a result his hands are a little red. He's quite embarrassed about this, so make him happy by giving him a big wave as he goes past. While they progress down the flight line, I'd like to take this opportunity, in the absence of one Bob to the Battle of Britain Memorial flight, I'd like to thank our own Bob, who's our Chinook team display manager. Bob recently received a Meritorious Service Medal in last week's King Birthday Honours. He served over 40 years in arguably one of the most experienced Chinook aircrew in the entire world. So as much as it will probably embarrass Bob and get me killed, could I get a large Duxford round of applause for his service? As the team prepare for their audition of Strictly Come Dancing with some pirouettes, let's do a shout out to the people on the ground that make this all happen. The Chinook is supported by a huge team that keeps the airframes functional and airworthy 365 days a year, holding national standby and readiness commitments for worldwide operations. It's worth noting that the Chinook crews flying today exclusively from frontline units, and our roll demo activities are conducted around normal operational commitments. It's thanks to the tireless work of our aircrew, engineers, ops and survival equipment specialists and all other supporting functions that has enabled this team to deliver this demo for you today. All good things must come to an end, folks, so to end the show today, like any performer, you will see a bow from the cockpit and the crew flash their lights. And then you get to watch the incredible Gorny climb. This was named after the base in Bosnia where the Chinook demonstrated its incredible power, dominating other helicopter types during the Kosovo War. And with that feat, Duxford, the demo is at an end. So one more time everyone, please put your hands together for the 2025 Chinook roll demonstration.
Paul, thank you very much indeed. Great to see a Chinook back at Duxford after several years' absence. We look forward to